Will Sexton says, saying Jesus was Jewish is like saying George Washington was British. He was.
You know that
He,
he was. Like,
he was
his,
British.
he also, Jesus was still a Jewish citizen. Like, Judea was in Rome at the time.
The majority of Christians for the first 100 years of its existence were Jewish.
Were Jews, yeah.
Like there were instances, like, so one of the things Christians bring up all the time is how persecuted the early Christians were in the Roman Empire. You know who was protecting them from persecution? Jewish people. They would take them into the synagogues and be like, no, these are Jews. And the Christians would be like, yeah, we're here at synagogue because we're Jews.
Jesus.
It wasn't until after 70 CE when the temple was destroyed and even then there were still instances of Jewish people protecting Christians. But like, that is when the schism kind of started, where the Christians were kind of differentiating themselves from the rest of Judaism. And you can actually see this in the Gospels, because like the later the Gospel was written, the more likely it is to be hostile to the Jews, with John being the worst offender.
It's so weird that we let the apocalyptic cult of Croesus continue to do its thing for as long as we did. Anyway.
I do like the 19th Ode to Solomon. Have we talked about this on stream before?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm going to read it to you verbatim. Because it's too good. A cup of milk was offered to me, and I drank it in the sweetness of the Lord's kindness. The Son is the cup, and the Father is he who was milked, and the Holy Spirit is she who milked him, because his breasts were full, and it was undesirable that his milk should be ineffectually released. The Holy Spirit opened her bosom and mixed the milk of the two breasts of the Father. Then she gave the mixture to the generation without their knowing, and those who have received it are in perfection of the right hand.
And the right hand does some milking too, let me tell you. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, so God the Father has big, manly milkers.
Man, if God the Father has milkers, does that make Jesus a femboy?
Yes. No, God is the femboy.
They're all the same person.
Cup. Jesus is the one on the receiving end.
Oh, you're right. He's the bottom. You're right. I'm sorry.
And the Holy Spirit is in the middle, doing the actual, and so the best part about this is that this poem was written around the same time as the Gospels. And because the Gospels don't actually have a reference to the doctrine of the Trinity, neither does, like, none of Paul's writings actually explicitly lay out the Trinity. This is in the running for being the earliest Christian, like the earliest surviving reference to the actual doctrine of the Trinity.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that's what they were doing, it sounds like.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right.
So yeah, that's my favorite Christian poem. There's also an apocryphal gospel where in the birth narrative, suddenly a midwife shows up and she has to check Mary to make sure she's still a virgin. And so she sticks her hand in to make sure the hymen's still there. And then Mary's vagina burns off her hand.
What?
Yeah.
I'm such a virgin, I have a radioactive coochie.
Yep, basically. Early Christianity was wild, man.
And it's a lot less fun now.
It is. Could you imagine if whatever sect wrote about the Father with his big daddy milkers, like if they had been the sect that won out historically, they'd be so much more trans affirming.
You aren't wrong.
This is the last tweet, so.
Oh, well, now I'm sad. I was having fun with those.
Were you? I mean, I could read more of the odes. I can't guarantee that, like, I don't know all of the crazy parts in them. I haven't read them all.
You don't have to do that.
Most of it's probably boring.
You don't have to milk it any lower than you already have.
Oh, no, I forgot about the end of 19. So the second half of it is about the birth. And so Mary so the Virgin became a mother with great mercies, and she labored and bore the son, but without pain, because it did not occur without purpose. And she did not require a midwife, because he caused her to give life. She brought forth like a strong man with desire, and she bore according to the manifestation, and she acquired according to the great power. And she loved with redemption and guarded with kindness and declared with grace. So Mary gave birth like a man.
She didn't just take it like a man, she popped it out of her coochie like a man.
Yeah, so
Popped Jesus out
God-
like a particularly
God the Father-
solid shit.
God the Father has massive tits, and Mary gives birth like a man.
I love this show. I learned so much here. It's also useful in my everyday life.
Ode to Solomon 19. Everybody look it up. It's on earlychristianwritings.com.
Mary gave birth like a man.
There's a manly birth. Okay, well, that's it for us. Are you streaming afterwards?
For a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't have anything set up.
So I actually did have some stuff set up for today, because I set it up yesterday.
Got a running whatever your pet's name is.
If we're running what?
Whatever this thing is. I forget what it's called.
Oh, Blizzy.
Yeah, Lizzie. Okay, well, that's it for this stream. We're going out on the Father's Milkers.
You know,
So, thanks for joining us, everybody. And as always, fuck off.
I think the Father's Milkers are great. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.